Hi everyone, welcome back to 30 Going on 13. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about different levels of friendship. What do I mean by that? Who should be at what level? How do you determine which friends go where? How do you know if someone should be your friend or if they shouldn't be your friend? That's what we're going to talk about today. And this kind of goes off of my last episode talking about friendship breakups. So I hope you like this one. I am very passionate about this topic and I talk about it all the time. So why not share it with my favorite people? Without further ado, this is episode 68, baby. Let's get it. This is 30 Going on 13. So I'm in my 30s, but I feel like I'm just now learning things that I wish I would have learned when I was 13. Turns out I have a lot of learning and healing to do. And this is where I'm going to do it. So let's go. It's time to grow. Hey, hi guys, I've missed you. Today we're going to talk about different levels of friendship. My friend Justin, who is an amazing person, and who I love very dearly, has shared something that he uses in his life, and I stole it, and now Mark stole it, and now we share this with all of our loved ones, and now here I am sharing it with you. So different levels of friendship. What does that mean? I think this is very important to know no matter how old you are, because I talk about this conversation with my mom. I talk about this conversation with my friends who are my age, with cousins that are younger. I can speak about this with anyone because it's applicable to anyone at any age. So different levels of friendship is exactly what it sounds like. Each person that you meet in your life, no matter what type of friend they are, ranging from acquaintance to best friend, they all serve a purpose and they all belong at different levels in your life. And it's very interesting because at first somebody can start at an acquaintance level, but then over time, through experience and situations with a person, they can graduate and move up levels. And then vice versa as well, though, which has happened to me. In my last episode, I spoke about it. I had a friend and I called her my best friend. And throughout time and experience in our relationship, I ended up dropping her down to not even really on a level, actually. And so it can go either way. People can move up and down in your life depending on a multitude of things. So I think this is really key for me to know and understand because I am a lover girl. My heart is tremendously huge and I have room to love everybody. And this is why I used to stick with all my exes through all their flaws because I loved people and I still do love people through all the negative things, through their flaws, because I see the good in everyone. So if you're like me, this friendship level thing that I'm talking about is very important to know and consider. So being that I love everyone and have room for everyone in my life, this can be very dangerous because when you meet someone, or at least when I meet somebody, I used to, before I understood this level thing, I used to just have room for everyone. I automatically thought that, oh, if we connected and bonded over X, Y, and Z, we can be best friends. And that's kind of what happened with my last relationship that I spoke about in my last episode. I just saw all these positive, wonderful things that we bonded over. So I automatically in my head were like, bam, she's my bestie. And I graduated her all the way up to the top, which was best friend level. And I don't know if I necessarily should have, to be honest. In the last episode, I talked about that and I said, I don't regret that. In the moment, I felt like it was the right thing to do because at that time, interestingly enough, I didn't know about this level thing. So I just graduated her all the way up to the top based on the things that we were bonding over at the time. However, I wonder if I knew what I know now, if I would have graduated her to best friend as soon as I did. I don't know. I will never know. But anyway, so when you meet people and you're like me, you think that they can fit in your life no matter what negative thing you see, no matter what red flag you see, no matter how little time you spent with them. If the person makes you feel good and if the person makes you really happy and if the person is funny and fun, you might automatically be like, oh yeah, we're going to be best friends. However, that's not always the case. I think each person at each level serves a purpose and is special for a reason. For some reason to you, this person serves you, brings light into your life, and serves a purpose in your life. And that's beautiful. But not everyone is your number one person. Not everyone is going to be considered your best friend. And so at the very top level is a best friend. Might be like a brother or sister, or just might be your best friend since childhood. Someone who you know will never go anywhere in your life and they will always be there. For me, this person is my Kelly girl, and we became best friends in 8th grade, and we've been friends for 20 years now. And she is my ride or die. She's my number one. No matter what we go through, we have been through some stuff together, man, and we are not going anywhere in each other's lives. That's my number one. That's my best friend. She's at the top. And then there could be people underneath it, very close to a best friend, very close to how Kelly is to me, but not quite Kelly level, because that's like a really crazy high level. These people at the second level, maybe you even see these people more than you see your number one person. The second level is obviously very important because they're right under your bestie. They're right under your rock. They're right under your ride or die. So you know that next level underneath is very important. And then there's a level under that. Like there could be however many levels that you want there to be. You can do this yourself. You can draw a little pyramid and you can put your friends in your life at different levels, and you can define each level for yourself. It's going to look different for everyone, so I can't really share mine necessarily because you don't know these people and they're not going to really resonate with you. But like I told you, like maybe at first think about like who is your Kelly, and go off of that, and then see how many friends you have, see where they belong, see which level you think best serves them. Maybe a couple coworkers that you have, you tell them everything because you see them all the time, and so they're up at the top somewhere, or maybe they're in the middle somewhere. Maybe some childhood friends are at the second level, and then maybe some friends that you met later in life are at like a lower level, and you're exploring those relationships. I feel like that's kind of where I'm at now with all these new friendships that I have that I told you guys about in my last episode. I love these girls that I just met recently over the last year. I started hanging out with them more, and my heart is open to new friendships and new connections. So I think all of these girls that I'm meeting are like at the bottom of my pyramid, which is still extremely important to me though. I say the bottom, but the bottom is not a bad thing. If you even make my friendship pyramid, like you're blessed. So the people at the bottom are very, very important people to me. And I think I'm only saying that these people, these new girls that I've met are at the bottom because I just met them like this year, and I haven't had a ton of time with them, and I haven't experienced much of life with them. Like I told you in my last episode, it's very important with friendships to experience life with each other first before you can like graduate people up to the top of your pyramid. So the newer girls that I'm friends with now, I love them. We have so much fun together, and we do have a lot in common, and we're connecting on deep levels. They're kind of towards the bottom of my pyramid, but these are girls that I hope and I think, and I pretty much know will jump up levels. Maybe not to Kelly level, but like right under it. Like I'm really leaving room for that to happen with these girls. I think the levels of friendship are very important for you to understand, because you might have like this really big, heavy, deep, dark secret that you want to share with somebody, or it's just like weighing so heavy on you, so you want to talk about it with someone. But I think knowing the level of friendship is important for situations like this, because if someone's at the bottom of your pyramid, maybe you haven't built that trust with them yet where you can go to them with this deep, dark secret yet. Your top level people are maybe more of the people that you should speak to about like deeper, darker secrets. But as time goes on, and as you build those relationships with the people on the bottom, maybe like in a couple months' time, that is something that you would share with those people. So I think just having the awareness of like where that person is at in your life helps you to know what you can share with them or what you should withhold until the time is right. And I think that's important, because when you're first meeting somebody and you don't fully know them yet, you don't know who you can trust and like what information you can trust them with. You don't know if they'll go back and share it with their boyfriend, and then the boyfriend will share it with their friend, and then the whole gym knows. Like you don't know people until you really experience time in life with them. But yeah, that is kind of my concept of levels. I hope that helps you. I don't know if it will, but that's my idea on levels of friendship, is that every person that you meet in your life and you want to become close to, or you are close to, they all have a purpose in your life and they all are at different levels of friendship. And it's your job to decide which level they are at so that you kind of are aware of like how you should act with them and how you can move with them. And like, is it time to open up and to make them a closer person to you? Do you want them to move up, or are you satisfied with where your relationship is at now? I especially think this is important for when you hit your 30s, because for me at least, and I've talked to other girls about this too, when you hit your 30s, something just happens in your brain and something shifts, and a lot of new things come into your life, a lot of new opportunities, a lot of new people, a lot of new friends, connections. And as all of these new people are flooding into your life, it's good to have a handle and a grasp on who's who and where do they belong in my life. That way, like, people can't take advantage of you. That way, people can't hurt you. I feel like doing the levels thing and understanding people are on different levels in your life helps you to protect yourself a little bit and protect your heart a little bit before you completely wear your heart on your sleeve for someone who's not at the top of your list. But I hope this helps you navigate your friendships. It definitely helps me navigate my friendships now. I wish I knew this earlier. But that's why I'm doing this podcast, because all these things that I talk about on all these episodes are things that I wish I knew earlier. And so here we are. I'm sharing it with you, and hopefully it will help you in your journey with friends and connections and building and graduating people and moving people up and down, and just being aware that that can happen and that will happen in your life. So that's all I got for you today. I hope this episode helped you in the way that it helped me. And if it did, then tune in for the next one in 2 Tuesdays. And until then, happy healing. Bye. I'm tired now.